Hello everybody, my name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and welcome back to This Week in X-Wing. Our first story for today is one that we don't have time to cover in complete detail, but of course, if you haven't heard, we have brand new points and changes to hyperspace. Of course, there's tons of changes to the points. We can't get into each individual ship in this video, but the gist of the hyperspace changes is that there are about 5 ships in each faction that are now part of hyperspace, and that is it. There's some different changes and upgrades as well. Make sure to check out some of our other coverage of that. Absolutely massive changes on the landscape of the meta. I'm really excited to see what happens. Barnes & Noble, once again, just like they did at Wave 4, has their hands early on the Wave 6 content, that is, namely the Von Regs, TIE, and the Fireball. Those have actually been seen, as well as card packs, have been seen on shelves. The official release date that I'm hearing is actually January 17th, which isn't too far away. That's just next week from when we're recording this. It's the following Friday, so not too bad this time. So if you can, hold out and wait to buy it at your local friendly game store. I know I already have a pre-order at my local friendly game store, but I'll probably try to find myself another one that we can put it on stream for you guys. Now, our second story today is really the reason why I published this video. It needs to be put out there for our new members of the X-Wing community who just started in 2nd edition. So for those of you who don't know, the marketing director as well as Matt Holland, who work at FFG, are part of the X-Wing 2.0 Discord and has a group of people who are able to ask direct questions to them in regards to X-Wing. Now, one of the questions that was asked by one of the members was asking, with the reveal of the Wave 7 ships, are there any other reprints that are going to be paired with the Wave 7? And the answer was no. Those 3 ships are going to be the only ships that are part of Wave 7. This, of course, came with some surprise because every other wave we've had has also included anywhere from like 3 to 6 reprints in order for new players to the game to be able to add those ships to their collection. Now, what has been determined is basically that FFG is taking a break from reprints for a while. So Evan Johnson here says, yep, this is all of Wave 7. Waves in 2020 are planned to be smaller, generally speaking, but will include less reprinted ships and come out about every 2 to 3 months. So, another piece of news in there, the fact that we're planning on releasing, maybe it seems to be a little bit more often, some new content every 2 to 3 months. So once a quarter just about, we'll be getting a couple new ships, which is of course really, really exciting. It's unfortunate that they're taking a break from reprints, but at the same time, I understand. With the news we talked about a couple days ago with the restructuring of FFG and the downsizing that they did in staff, there's some business decisions being made at Fantasy Flight Games, and namely above them, that's Asmodee. I think the decision here to limit the reprints is basically in order to lower their costs of manufacturing. A majority of X-Wing players, I would say, and it seems to be true from what I've seen out there, are players that used to play in 1st edition. There are new 2nd edition players, which you guys are amazing. Thank you. Welcome to X-Wing. But every X-Wing player, whether you're an old X-Wing player or a new X-Wing player, is going to buy a brand new ship. But when it comes to a reprinted ship, a much smaller percentage of your overall X-Wing population is going to need or want to buy that ship. They did not say that they were completely getting rid of reprints. Maybe they're trying to come up with another plan on how often to release them and how that will affect what is put into what I'm assuming is going to be the hyperspace format. A silver lining here for our new 2nd edition players is that, at least in the hyperspace format, the only ship that hasn't been re-released is the TIE Reaper, which was one of the last ships that was released in 1st edition with the 2nd edition content inside of it, because it was right before that transition. So those actually aren't too hard to find out there in the wild if you do need one. So at least in the hyperspace format, our new players are covered. The question is, in extended, this is where some issues are going to occur because, of course, the World Championship is extended. Grand Championships are also extended. And I'm curious to know, if you are a new 2nd edition player, what are your thoughts on this news? And if you are a veteran player that has some of the older ships, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and we can talk about it down there. Thanks for watching. Gold Squadron out.